Tyson Fury just put up this post on his Instagram saying, "Listen up, I've conquered everything in boxing, titles, records, the lot, but I've never had to come back from a loss. On December 21st in Riyadh, in the heart of the kingdom, the king will reclaim his throne and become undisputed. Usyk, I'm coming for you, get ready for the Gypsy King. The path to redemption is all mine. I know what I have to do, I saw my shortcomings, and best believe I am inevitable." Okay, well, there's quite a bit to get to. First thing I have to say is Tyson Fury looks very, very trim here. Much trimmer than he looked in the video of him getting thrown out of the pub. And I have to give a shout out to Simon Jordan, who, by the way, I've got mixed feelings on. Sometimes he calls it how it is, and I particularly like how upfront he is with Frank Warren, but it's not enough. And we've seen the times where he backtracks a lot. But anyway, he said in response to that video of Tyson Fury getting thrown out of the pub, drunk off his face, that he may be pulling mind games. He may be saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm so drunk, I'm helpless, etc." But in secret, he's doing this. Well, I have to say again, I don't know how his body has transformed as much as it has from that pub video to now. But again, it looks like two different guys almost. But in terms of him playing mind games, well, why would he be doing that if he's then going to post this video? Now, in terms of what he said in the video, he said all the right things. Again, have a look for it. Have a look at it, what he says, and he sounds very, very determined. And this is why I held back from doing certain videos on Tyson Fury after the loss, because first of all, I ended up doing a bunch of other videos, and secondly, the more time went on, I thought, well, in terms of Tyson Fury's legacy and the lies and all of the deceit how deceitful he's been, and the deceit throughout his career, and the fights he hasn't taken, etc., etc., I was thinking maybe I should wait until it's confirmed or not whether he takes the rematch. And in terms of him taking the rematch, I had mixed feelings on it, because on one hand I thought there are just too many signs that says he's not going to, because first of all, he did not want the first fight with Usyk. He did everything he could to avoid it for so long. He dragged it out, pulled one of the biggest ducks in history, and it wasn't until he was given an offer he couldn't refuse that he finally said yes. And even then, he still postponed the fight, hence aka that cut he had. So, yeah, there were just too many signs, and also plenty of things leading up to the fight. I did a video the week of the fight. You may remember this one here, where I talked about how he looked scared at the pre-fight press conference, and I just thought there are just too many signs that suggest he won't take the rematch, because again, he didn't want the first fight. It was a damn near impossible mission to get him in the ring for the first time. But with that being said, the man does have pride. He does know boxing, and he has stayed in boxing for a reason. And also, even though Tyson Fury, again, is incredibly deceitful, lies, and just, again, has no shame whatsoever when it comes to that, and fooling people and leading people down the wrong path, all that stuff, deep down I do think there is a side of him that knows that this could have happened to him. Him losing, him getting battered, him getting embarrassed in there, because he got embarrassed. And by the way, some people have been asking me why I say I use the words embarrassed and humiliated. Well, it's simply because look at the way he was getting pinged around the ring like a ping pong ball in the 9th round. Is that not embarrassing? I'm not saying he needs to be ashamed and he needs to hang his head in shame or any of that. I'm just saying that moment, that event, that part of the fight of him getting pinged around all over the place was embarrassing. And him being a prideful man, he doesn't want that to happen again. He wants to get back in there and beat up the guy who did this to him. Now, Tyson Fury has never been quick to give other people rematches whom he does owe it to. We know that with Deontay Wilder. He never gave Vladimir Klitschko the rematch that he had agreed to contractually. But here, again, if this is really a recent video of Tyson Fury training, then for me, all signs point to him wanting the rematch. Because, again, he knows that there's no there's no excuse for what happened. He lost to somebody who was better than him, and Tyson Fury doesn't talk as much as he does because he's putting on an act in a way. Well, he is putting on an act in a way, but deep down he is that aggressive. He is that confident in himself, believing that he's so much further ahead than everybody else. And the fact that it came back to haunt him, all those years of him saying, oh, AJ's rubbish because he struggled with Carlos Takam, he lost to Andy Ruiz, he lost to Usyk, terrible, the guy's a dosser, whatever, and he says this about so many other people. He said it about every rival he's had his entire career. Oh, they're terrible because they lost to this guy, or they won this fight against this fighter, but they had a bad moment, they had a brief scare, etc. You would never see that happen to me. Well, we saw it happen. He lost comprehensively. So he knows that. Can he accept that? In my opinion, no. He wants to get back in there and right that wrong. So again, as much as Tyson Fury has been a pathological liar, as much as he has fooled people and, again, lied endlessly throughout his career, I do think there is a very good chance he wants the rematch. So I was a bit surprised when I saw this, but not completely shocked. So let's wait and see what happens. I want to see some follow-up videos, but we all wanted to hear from Tyson Fury himself. Well, here it is. So looks like the rematch is happening, and I'm going to have plenty of videos coming on what he needs to adjust technically. Everybody's talked about changes he needs to make in his training team, so less to say there, but I want to talk about what he can improve on, what Usyk can also improve on, and how, again, a trainer who I talked about in a previous video who knows both Usyk and Fury very well, how he thinks both men will improve for the rematch, both men will make adjustments, and he believes, even though he picks Usyk to win, the rematch will actually be closer. So, yeah, very interesting. Let's see how this goes. Drop your thoughts down below. How surprised were you to see this post? And especially after a lot of people like Johnny Nelson, for example, were saying Fury doesn't take the rematch. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Catch you guys later. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, later.